What's up, everyone, and welcome back to the MMA Zone. Today, let's get started with Conor McGregor reveals new fight. On Saturday night, former two-division UFC champion Conor McGregor made an appearance at BKFC 41, where Mike Perry put on a sensational display of violence en route to a win over Luke Rockhold. After the fight, Platinum Mike Perry called for Conor McGregor to enter the ring for a face-off. McGregor quickly obliged and entered the ring with the BKFC championship belt on his shoulder as the two men came face to face to tease a potential scrap in the future. According to BKFC president David Feldman, who spoke at the post-fight press conference, whether or not the fight actually winds up happening, the viral clip of the stare-down with McGregor was a massive moment for the promotion.
The fact is, it was a viral moment for us. And the fact is, when he's talking about it, everybody else in the combat sports world is talking about it. So it was a great thing for us.
Although McGregor was in attendance merely as a fan, many noticed that he couldn't help but offer advice to both of his former opponents, Eddie Alvarez and Chad Mendes. As the two threw down, McGregor could be heard from the crowd calling for an uppercut. As Alvarez stalked Mendes back toward the ropes, he listened and landed a massive uppercut before quickly pointing to McGregor in the crowd. After the fight, the pair discussed McGregor's cornering advice from the crowd and the fact that he may have been playing both sides.
I think I heard him maybe once there towards the end, but that was pretty much it. I don't know.
I thought he was yelling for me, and I did something, and I said good job to him, but I heard that he was telling him stuff. So I think he was playing both sides during the fight.
Of course, many believe that UFC President Dana White likely isn't too pleased to see the UFC's biggest star cutting free promos for another promotion while still under contract with the UFC. Given the UFC's notoriously restrictive contracts, it sounds as though the odds of seeing McGregor and Perry compete against one another in a bare-knuckle bout are slim to none. Despite that, fans have continued to debate how they think things could end up playing out given the impressive boxing McGregor displayed against Floyd Mayweather several years ago, and the toughness Perry continues to display in BKFC. Aljamain Sterling goes off on Henry Cejudo. UFC bantamweight champion Aljamain Sterling is eager to finally meet Triple C Henry Cejudo inside the octagon at UFC 288. With the former two-division champion ramping up the trash talk as of late, Sterling is well aware of the fact that the bout is getting plenty of attention from fans as fight night approaches. During a recent interview with MMA Fighting, the Funkmaster spoke about the recent ramp-up in trash talk from Cejudo. Although he made it clear he hasn't underestimated his opponent leading up to the fight, he believes he's going to dominate the fight wherever it takes place. While predicting that he would take the former two-division champ down 3 to 4 times throughout the fight, he stated,
I think once I get my hands on him, he's going to realize that what people say about me is actually true. I'm a bigger guy. I got the longer reach, the longer limbs, and all I need to do is lock my hands. If I lock my hands, that is a bad situation to be in. So I can't wait to go out there and take that gold medal and shove it up his and hit him a nice L for his efforts.
Of course, on the flip side, Cejudo has predicted that he'll be able to get Sterling out of the octagon in under 3 rounds once the two match up. How do you see things playing out? Drop your predictions in the comment section below. Sean O'Malley protected by the UFC? On Saturday, Song Yadong put on a sensational performance against Ricky Simon as he picked up a 5th-round knockout to return him to the win column after a September doctor stoppage loss to Corey Sandhagen. After this fight, many were quick to begin matchmaking potential fights for the popular bantamweight going forward, with the number 1 ranked bantamweight Merab Dvalishvili likely to compete against Corey Sandhagen in the future, and Sean O'Malley likely on a collision course with the winner of the upcoming UFC 288 Aljamain Sterling vs Henry Cejudo fight. Many have questioned who Song Yadong could fight next. As much as he'd like to compete against Sugar Sean O'Malley, the popular contender knows it's extremely unlikely that he gets a crack at the number 1 contender. Speaking to media members after the fight, he stated,
I want to fight top 5 fighters. So, even Font, he's 6, right? Okay. He's okay. Yeah, and Chito Vera and Sean O'Malley, but probably they don't give me the Sean O'Malley. You guys protect him and yeah, whatever. Just top 5. My goal is fight top 5 fighters this year.
The performance earned Song praise from the Funkmaster himself, who weighed in after the fact with a tweet dubbing the 25-year-old a beast. Although Sterling has maintained that he'll likely move up to featherweight in the not-so-distant future, Song responded by saying that he hopes the champion holds on to the belt so they can fight in 2024. Before we continue, make sure you give that like button some love and be sure to subscribe to the MMA Zone for all of the latest news. UFC fight updates. This week saw some pretty big fights confirmed for upcoming cards. First up on the calendar, we have a showdown between Chris Curtis and Nasruddin Imavov on tap for June 10th. Curtis is fresh off a loss to Kelvin Gastelum that he wasn't happy with, while Imavov is looking to bounce back from a January loss to Sean Strickland. Next up on the calendar, we have a clash between Max Griffin and Michael Morales on tap for the recently announced Sean Strickland vs. Abus Magomedov card on July 1st. The fight will see Griffin look to build momentum on an October win over Tim Means, while Morales looks to keep his unbeaten streak alive. Next up on the calendar is a bout with all the makings of a Fight of the Year contender, as Vicente Luque squares off with Rafael dos Anjos on July 15th. This fight is expected to headline the card and will see RDA look to build on the momentum of a December victory over Brian Barberena, while Luque looks to snap a two-fight skid. Last but certainly not least, we have two bouts added to the UFC London card on July 22nd, where Jai Herbert will clash with Fares Ziam, and local fan favorite Davey Grant will clash with Daniel Marcos. Herbert recently fought to a rare draw back in March, while his opponent Fares Ziam will look to build momentum on a September win. In addition, Grant will be looking to add to his two-fight win streak, while Marcos looks to keep his undefeated record alive. UFC gives update on Conor McGregor vs. Michael Chandler. This week, the official Ultimate Fighter account posted a promotional image for the upcoming season coached by Irish superstar Conor McGregor and fan favorite Iron Michael Chandler. The series is set to premiere on May 30th. However, there's been no word yet on when the fight between McGregor and Chandler will take place. The season is set to run from May 30th to August 15th, leading many to assume that the pair would be booked to fight in September or October. However, there's been quite a bit of confusion in regards to the bout. Following the recent Ryan Garcia vs. Gervonta Davis boxing match, McGregor stated that the bout will likely take place sometime at the end of the summer. Although that gave many fans hope that the fight would be finalized and officially announced sooner rather than later, there's still been no update on the situation. From the looks of things, McGregor has yet to enter the USADA testing pool, where he's supposed to spend 6 months in limbo before being declared eligible to compete. So far, however, McGregor and the testing agency don't seem to be on the same page. During a surprise appearance on the MMA Hour back in March, the Irish superstar claimed that he had a meeting scheduled to iron out the details of his return with USADA, given that he believes he simply needs to produce 2 clean tests before being eligible to compete again. Shortly after, however, USADA released a statement where they claimed that no such meeting was on the calendar. Per USADA's official database, McGregor has yet to submit a sample this year, meaning that in addition to not yet beginning the 6-month testing period, he has not been tested once since 2021, likely leading up to his UFC 264 clash against Dustin Poirier. With he and the testing agency officially at an impasse, many are beginning to wonder whether McGregor will ever return to active competition. And now for our breaking news story of the day. We have Kamaru Usman officially calling out Khamzat Chimaev for his next fight. Kamaru said, "I think a fight with myself and Khamzat, boom. And if Leon Edwards keeps winning, I think that's a 4th fight for sure." Does this mean that we'll see Kamaru Usman versus Khamzat Chimaev in October? Who do you think would win that fight? Let us know in the comments below. Thanks for watching the video. Make sure to subscribe and click the notification bell to stay up to date with MMA news every day. Here are the top comments from yesterday's video. Khamzat's scared of Paulo. Pereira playing smart. If bigger guys who can take you down make you look human, go down and whoop Izzy's ass again. Dana White is punishing Khamzat for missing weight and not beating the shit out of Nate. Someone responded with, "Not really, Khamzat is Muslim, so they're saving the fight for Abu Dhabi. They want their Abu Dhabi crowd to have someone representing them. It's just business." And those were the top comments from yesterday's video. If you want to be featured on our next video, make sure to leave a comment and don't forget to check out yesterday's video in case you missed it.